We officially actually started this project on 24th of March, and so we are not yet up to 1 month, but 1 year, yes. And the total filling, some places we have some filling up to 10 meters high. I can say that the filling is gone up to 90%. And the contractor is surprising us. The last time we were here, about 3 weeks back, we had the pavement at Chenage 8. And between that time and now, the other one was at Chenage 4. Then the one at Chenage 4 got into Chenage 11. And the one that was in Chenage 8 got into Chenage 15 today. And so we are monitoring the contractor to ensure that the amount of section to be completed by the 25th of May and made available for Mr. President to commission will be a promise made and a promise kept. Let me say that we are totally very excited with the quality of work, with the speed of work. The contractor is very, very experienced. And I don't know whether they have a covenant with water, because that's one company that, water respects very well. And so in most of the filling, they have to wait for consolidation. And I'm happy they have also acquired machines that, machine that do help to, achieve consolidation at a very short time. So today, we are very, very happy with what they have achieved in this section, and also at the end of section 1, and also at the beginning of section 2. Every 2 weeks, we still come back to just to reassure ourselves that this is, promise made and promise kept. We are very excited, and we commend High Tech very, very highly. They have done very well, and we are very proud of what they are doing. Do you have questions?
Yes, sir. Your Excellency, sir, you are the face of Mr. President here, sir.
Yes.
And just recently, former president, tackled the present administration for spending spent close to 15 trillion naira on construction Lagos Calabar Road, and he, put it alleged that it's part of corruption that we are seeing. What's your take on this? You advise
wasteful. It has been wasteful and corrupt.
Well, the point remains that this is season of no more letter writing, but memos. The season of biographies and so on and so forth. So first and foremost is that I had said something to explain the project before now, and also did that in Akure yesterday. But the point remains that the former president is not only my former president, it's my father and it's my in-law. When I was governor, he came to Ebonyi and took one of our daughters. So I have all my respect. And so I listened to some people commenting about my comment. Let me first say that I never said the former president should not use the road. He's not the only one, among the few criticizing the road. And so I say that if you say that, the road is not good, you have a choice to use it or not to use it. That's what I said. I didn't say the former president should not. I know he flies all the time. But when this road is done, coming to his in-law's place in Ebonyi, it will take him 5 hours on the road. Number one, when you say something is white, is it as white as what? You say the project is wasteful, it's an ambiguous statement. Is it wasteful in the sense that it shouldn't have been? Is it wasteful that, the corridor that we are passing, that the people of Nigeria are not happy? Is it wasteful, this singling out Lagos Calabar, We have Sokoto Badagry. This is 700 kilometers. Sokoto Badagry is 1,068. The Transhara is 468. The Akwanga Jos Bauchi Gombe is 462 kilometers. So why single out this one, to say that it's wasteful? Is it wasteful because it is connecting to all the, existing routes that, we make life very easy? That from the existing road, you just come to this. And then from here to Calabar, you'll just be there in 5 hours. So travel time will be achieved and it will be less. It's an evacuation corridor. Presently, in the next, 6 months, we'll be able to have this section 1 completed. And so the problems we are having in transloading, ship that the draft are so deep, will now be betting at the Lekki deep sea port. And so the amount that federal government spends in doing transshipment will be saved. Is it wasteful in the sense that we are going to be earning carbon credit, both from the concrete pavement and also from the solar light? Is it wasteful in the sense that along this corridor we're going to have windmill energy connecting all the communities we are going along? Is it wasteful in the sense that we have train track, by the middle of this coastal highway, and that is going to help the Apapa port, the port in Lake Deep Sea port, the port in Calabar? Is it wasteful in the sense that this road is going to be passing a number of the existing roads? Is it wasteful in the sense that the Bua refinery, this is passing through it? Is it wasteful that it's going to be an evacuation corridor for Dangote refinery? All the cheap, the chips, mega companies that are, at the free zone at the Lekki section of this road. Is it, to talk about, Dangote, fertilizer? So I cannot see the sense of saying that it is wasteful. And so when you say it's wasteful, you have not told us why it is wasteful, And then when you say it's corrupt, Mr. Former President has been to me in Ebonyi a number of times when I was governor, and he commended, our transparency and our achievements. And he's my father. So if a father suddenly says that his son is corrupt, it is up to the son to say, look, I'm not corrupt. And if a father insists that his son is corrupt, maybe he learned it from his father, So, but there's no corruption, and I'm eminently qualified to say that. Ask me everything about this project. Mr. President has not fixed any price. Mr. President has not recommended any company. Let me explain. When people say that, even Arise, you say that it didn't go through competitive bidding. I want to explain this. I've been to your studio and I explained it. So we have 3 types of, procurement allowed by law. There is this restrictive, procurement. There is this selective, competitive bidding. There is this, the open bidding where you advertise. Now, when we started this project, we asked for, companies that have, up to 5 watt gene concrete pavement. You agree with me that until we started this, the concrete pavement was not, common in Nigeria as it is today. And so we had to look for a company that had done this kind of project before, and that is high tech. They did, Woronshoki Apapa route. And we saw they got it right. Because using asphalt, it has never been right. So we called them on section 1. And then we used restrictive bidding, which we sent to BPP and we sent to Federal Executive Council. And so they looked at it and then corrected where they should and then passed it, accordingly. And so when other companies started bringing in some, equipment, because they saw that Ministry of Works is insisting, especially where we have high water table, that we must use concrete. Then they started to, bring in concrete equipment. So we opened section 2 for, selective bidding. And so we selected some companies and they bid it, and High-Tech won. In section 3A and 3B, the same thing. In Sokoto section, it was selective competitive bidding. In Kebbi, it's the same thing. So why should people continue to say, we've not gone outside the law, we've not gone outside the Procurement Act? So I want to say that there is no corruption in it. It is very transparent. Let me also explain that when the former vice president, alluded to the fact that the project was to cost 11 billion US dollars, I ran the figures, and I'm ready to run it again. And so 11 billion at that time, if you use 1,500 naira to a dollar, you'll be getting 16.5 billion, trillion naira. And so if you say that the project is 15 trillion, because it is the press that fixed the cost of the project, because the project is being procured in sections and is being designed and redesigned. Of late, Mr. President saw the number of rivers and oceans we're going to be passing, some 9 kilometers, and he directed we must do everything possible to minimize, such route. And that's what we are doing. We just did that in Akure yesterday. We are doing that heavily in River State and the Delta State. And so we can't totally fix the cost of the project. But even if we use 15 trillions fixed by the press, if you multiply it, if you divide it by 1,500, you will get 10 billion US dollars. But that is not even the issue. The issue is that the 16.5 trillion was supposed to be on one carriageway, to be done on 2 layers of asphalt. And so we are doing 1 foot thick concrete pavement. We are using Y20. It is likened to building a bridge. This is very important. So the project procurement is not corrupt. Now, I want to ask you, in 2015, when I was governor, the price of cement was 850 naira. I benefited from that. Today, cement is 9,500 naira. Diesel was 300 naira. Today, diesel is 1,300. The dollar then was about 300 naira to a dollar. Today, a dollar is 1,500. So just tell me where corruption has come into this. Because you can't accuse the president of corruption. You can accuse the minister, because I did the figures. And it is an open and very transparent, process. So, and anybody that wants to run the figures, I can run it over and over and over. And you just don't shout corruption, corruption, And when I said that if you are critics of this, you should not use it, the power project was a huge wasteful venture. But we are still using it. We are still managing it. And I love what the president of NLC, Ajere, was querying, that we, privatize power so that we could have efficiency. But from the very day we privatized power, then the wastefulness came to be. And we've been suffering it, and it's the president that is suffering most because he's paying the subsidy, And so the United too, it just went like that, wastefulness. So I think definitely that our leaders should emulate people like, President Jonathan, President Buhari, because when you have left office, you can go to your the man on seat and offer useful advice. I look at it on 2 fronts. One is flagging off 2027, so that people will begin to think that this project is wasteful. And so I am eminently qualified to answer to this project. This is very wonderful project. The project has value for money. It is not just a road project, it's an investment. And the corridors we are passing, Nigerians are very, very happy about it. Anywhere we go to run this project, the people are very happy. And what matters is the people. It's the people, not personal opinion. And you can bring any professional. I don't need to look at the book to run the figures, to let you know that this project is very economical. It's even economical compared to some projects that we inherited, the cost per kilometer. So I am ready to answer to anybody as far as, the transparency and the correctness of this project that is concerned. And so let me say again and again that I have utmost respect for, my father and my in-law, Mr. President. I'm not qualified to, answer him, but I have to explain myself because I'm the minister and it's not up to the president to explain the figures, but I have to explain the figures. And when people just throw words like this, I look at it that, it's natural for you to feel bad somehow without knowing it when somebody is doing something that he couldn't do, when somebody is going to have a legacy that is even 10th generation will enjoy. And so it's very natural and it is not uncommon. So we welcome all the criticisms as we have all the answers. Yes. Thank you.